Welcome back to another lesson. In this lesson we're going to look at a very simple chord progression. It doesn't have a name, but I'm going to call it the rising chord progression. And it goes back to when we were kids. We would sit at a piano, play a simple chord, and then just play it up the piano keyboard. So what we're going to do in this lesson is choose different voicings for the chords and do a bit of chord substitution, so what we end up with will sound like this. Alright, so let's first of all look at the chords that we are playing. We have a C, D, M, E, M, F, G, A, M, and then this is a B diminished, and I'm going to substitute it for a G. So really the progression is so instead of this guy, I'm playing this guy. Let's look at each of these chords, and we're going to follow a simple principle. We're going to try and keep a constant top note. So I have a different lesson talking about this, about inverted pedal notes, so just look it up on YouTube. But the idea is very simple. You play a note that stays throughout the entire progression. In this case, it's going to be the high C. We're going to see for how long throughout the progression we can keep it up. So any chord we play, we're going to add this high C. And doing this, let's see how the progression sounds. Now, the next chord would be a G, which would look like this. I'm going to invert it, put this D down here, and keep this C. And again, G, and C. So now we'll make a few little modifications to some of the chords. I'm going to keep the C the way it is. For the D, I'm gonna play a D, but I'm gonna switch the 5 for 4. It's still a D minor because I'm keeping the really important parts of the entire thing. I have the root, I have the third, I have the 7th. The 5th is always kind of an expendable note. Now for the E minor, I'm gonna play an E minor 7. And I'm going to take this D down here. So I'm also going to omit the E because I'm playing it in the bass in the left hand. Now for the F, I have a few options. I can keep the F, but to make it sound more interesting, I'm going to either play an F sus2. So this is an F, F sus2, and I'm going to double the root, sorry, not the root, the top note. You can also play like a cluster, like an F add 2. So I'm really adding, I have an F, I add the 2, and then I just double the C. For the A minor, I'm going to play an A minor 7. So an A minor 7 is this guy. I'm going to, of course, invert it once, twice. And because I'm already playing the A with my left hand, I'm going to omit this. And I'm going to also double the topmost note. So putting it all together, we have it sounds a bit more interesting if the last two chords actually do climb up. So I'm going to let go of the topmost note, the C, once I get to the A minor. And for the G, I'm going to play this. So what I'm playing here is a G add 2. Here's the G, here's the G add 2, here's the bass in the left note, in the left hand. I'm going to omit the B because I'm already playing it with a bass. I'm going to double the D. And the final C will be this guy. This is just a simple C triad. I have my C, I'm going to start doubling notes. I'm going to take this C, double it here, take this E, double it here, and play a double bass in my left hand. So the full progression is that's it. That's the entire idea of going from a simple progression like this to a more sophisticated sounding one. I'm going to leave you with one final idea, which is try doing the same thing with a different top pedal note, inverted pedal note. So in this case, I'm going to use G, or maybe we can use it here. And in this case, the rising chord progression or train will sound like this. Combined. That's it for now. I hope you've seen something interesting, and I'll see you next time.